Hi, my name is Haley, and today I'll be informing you about my major, chemical engineering. Now, I chose this because not very many people know what exactly chemical engineering is, and not very many people know what you can do with a chemical engineering degree. So to begin with, we need to know what exactly chemical engineering is. Chemical engineering is to conceive and design processes to produce, transform, and transport materials, beginning with the experimentation in the lab, followed by the implementation of technology in a full-scale production. Now, like I said, there are many different types of engineering. It can be brought out into a bunch of different categories. These are a few of the broadest categories. Aerospace, which would be your airplanes and your jets and your NASA type ordeals. Agricultural would be more of your tractors and the chemicals they put on their crops to produce food. Biomedical would be in the hospital or the medicine you take for your headaches or for your back pain. Chemical, like I said, is a broad category, so it's all these types of chemicals to make other kind of things. Communications, that would be your marketing on your telephones or the marketing on your computers, any way of communication. Environmental, that would be your trees or your plants, or any way to make the environment better and finding things to make the environment better. Mechanical would be in your cars and trains and airplanes, anything has to do with making something move. Mining, which is pretty much what it sounds, that would be mining for gold or diamonds or oil in other countries. Water resource, that would be your water bottles or the water that comes out of your kitchen sink or the water that comes through your refrigerator, any of that kind of stuff. Now, a chemical engineering degree can go a really long way, but that depends on what exactly you want to do with your chemical engineering degree. These are a few of more broad, in-depth categories of what chemical engineering you can do with a degree. Biochemical, that would be putting a bunch of chemicals together to make something. Nanotechnology, that would be your small microchips in your remotes, your phones, computers, anything to do with something small. Plastics is basically what it sounds. That would be what the plastic on your water bottles or your plastic school desk or anything like that. Polymer, which is kind of like another definition of plastic, kind of the same thing. Chemical reaction, that would be putting chemicals together to make something else or putting chemicals together to see what happens to make something, to invent something new. Your microfluidics, that would be putting a bunch of fluids together to make one big fluid. Pulp and paper, that would be your notebook paper, the making of that, or cardboard, anything with that kind of a paper material. Nuclear, which is another one that basically is what it sounds. That would be your power plants and your weapons and all that kind of stuff to do with that. Electrochemistry, that would be your lamps, anything inside of a remote or a telephone or a computer. Now, what I want to do is I want to be a chemical engineer too, but I want to be something a little bit more specific. I want to be in the nuclear engineering program. Now, what exactly nuclear engineering is not just the weapons and the bombs. It can be in your power plants, like at Duke Energy here in North Carolina, your MRI machines, the radiation that has to do with that, and hospitals when you have to get checked out. Food production, which sounds really, really crazy, but yes, it's in for food production. Then, like I said, your nuclear weapons, which is more of a government type way, which is the way I want to go. And I chose this because I think it'd be really interesting to actually go into. And I really like chemistry, I really like math, I really like science. And I chose this because I felt like people didn't really know exactly what chemical engineering is or what nuclear engineering was either. And I felt like going into more detail about it would have people realize it's not just about the weapons. I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and thank you.